Well, are the rumors you're seeing online true? The stories that you're hearing? Is Speed Hunters really dead? Well, unfortunately, like most things in life, everything is not as black and white as it seems or that we'd like it to be. However, what I'd like to do in this video is I'd like to shed some light on the situation. I communicated with the team that communicated with EA pretty often, and it was my post that some of you guys may have noticed that was deleted. Well, not deleted technically, but was removed from the site. That actually helped us get an idea on what EA is thinking about the future, I think. I also want to share how this affects me and how this ties to Tokyo Tuner, the community, moving forward. So, let's talk about it. As one of the articles mentioned online, there are countless times where we didn't know if our contracts were going to be renewed until the 11th hour. For years, members within EA and the team that represented Speed Hunters fought for the community. They worked really hard, and every year our contracts were renewed. After the birth of my second child, I needed something that was a bit more sure-footed. Payments were sometimes delayed for whatever reason, but they always did come in eventually. But because of that, I needed to pull away and work on some other projects that I thought would be a bit more stable for my growing family. Before taking this version of a sabbatical, if you will, the team let me know that I and Project Rough would always have a home at Speed Hunters. And this was back in 2023 after Tokyo Autosalon. With the kids now a bit older and less, I decided it was time to dust off the keyboard and, get back to creating content for Speed Hunters community, which I wanted to do for a long time. I published a couple of Project Rough stories that I had been working on during my sabbatical, and I had a few others ready to go. However, I was told that the rest of my stories would have to wait as things weren't completely normal, or at least not as normal as I came to know Speed Hunters to be, whatever that normal. Anyways, sorry, it's late and I'm rambling. The team within Speed Hunters got me up to speed on a few things that were going on. It was that time again for those contract renewals. However, this time EA was kind of keeping everyone in the dark as to if they were going to renew the contracts or not. Communication has always been not the greatest at times, but we had them. But this was a bit different. This was kind of on another level of radio silence. Anytime we or the heads of Speed Hunters tried asking EA about what's the progress of what's going on, they simply told us to wait and hold till further notice. Not wanting there to be a large gap in content, we thought it would be okay to continue publishing some stories to the site, even if we knew there was a high chance that we wouldn't be compensated for it. The goal was to keep Speed Hunters going no matter what. And eventually, we just assumed that EA would, renew the contracts and things would go back to normal. So I published that Fuji Select story that some of y'all were able to read before it was taken down without anyone knowing. I didn't know, and the people at the head of Speed Hunters did not know either. So when they asked EA what was going on, they told them that they didn't want us posting any more stories. No more stories were to go live onto the site until further notice. And the reasoning for that was they wouldn't have to have a monitor, or a moderator, I should say, ensure that the posts don't break any of EA's guidelines. This also includes all the garage stories, all the passion car projects like Project Rough. Nothing more is to be posted until further notice. And that brings us to now. Unfortunately, it seems that the current heads at EA that control Speed Hunter's destiny really don't have an interest in cars or the car culture at large. To a large organization like EA, Speed Hunters right now could be looked at as a potential expensive risk. And that is a risk that they're not willing to take for the time being. With Need for Speed franchise and Speed Hunters so intertwined with each other, the outlook doesn't seem ideal right now. So that brings us back to the original question. Is Speed Hunters dead forever? I don't think so. My guess is they'll hold on to the rights, and at a later date, they'll try to either revamp or launch it again in the future. Perhaps when economic situations and game situations are better? I don't know. Why EA couldn't announce that themselves or let us know what they were planning and announce something to the community? Again, I don't know. That's, I guess, above my pay grade. But there's nothing more that we can do until then. So I'm taking this as a sign from the universe to stop being afraid, to stop worrying about failure, and to continue and grow and share stories of the automotive community through Tokyo Tuner. My mindset on how I thought Tokyo Tuner was supposed to run and grow was all wrong. It was just pretty much all up, if I'm being honest. I thought that I needed to do everything on my own, to find a company or a brand to partner up with to help Tokyo Tuner grow, so I didn't have to ask you guys, the community, for help. I realized how silly, how stupid that thought process that I had was. This project has always been for the community, for everyone. So if I was ever going to ask help from anyone, the community should be the first place that I go, as that's who this is really for. It's amazing how much learning you actually can do with time and experience. And yeah, truth be told, I needed to go through a lot of this stuff to get to this state of mind to have this conclusion, if you will. So here's the deal. I'm going to focus my energy on Tokyo Tuner going forward, but I'm gonna need your help. When I get the Patreon page up and running, I'll make an announcement here and I'll post it on all my social pages as well. What I want you guys to do is think about what would be some interesting perks, some useful perks. I have ideas, but I really would like to get some inspiration from the community. Also, in the meantime, it sounds simple, but please subscribe to this channel. Visit my website, follow that website, follow the socials. I'll put all the information in the link in the descriptions, and I'll put a pin onto this video. My current time situation doesn't allow me to go full tilt on Tokyo Tuner like I would like to. Hopefully in the future, I can do that with your help. I'm currently thinking of uploading posts similar to what you would see on Speed Hunters on the website, more article based, as I can get those out a bit more frequently than the videos. Videos are a bigger time commitment to make. That should be pretty obvious, I suppose. Right. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna make the videos. I'm still gonna chip away at the videos all the time. Just I don't think that I'll be able to upload them as frequently as I can do the articles and stories. For now, working with Speed Hunters has not only opened doors that I never in a million years thought that I would have, but it allowed me to meet and work with some pretty amazing people across the world. I was given the freedom to allow my engineering side and my creative side flourish with Project Rough, and hopefully motivate people to push through their own challenges as well. Speed Hunters reaffirmed my belief in the automotive community, and I'll always be thankful for that and the opportunity that I was given. So now it's time to continue and grow for Tokyo Tuner. Until next time, Speed Hunters.